Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I thought I'd get on after our kind of 1,500 subscriber show on Monday, which was great fun with Sam and Martin. But the Twitter's been going mad with various transfer rumors, so I thought I'd do a quick bit of transfer talk, bit of transfer roundup. Just to cover four players that we seem to have been linked even more with now. We'll go through them, take a little look at their stats, little comparison with one or two players within the Villa squad and who they might be competing with if we manage to sign them. So, yeah, first of all, though, we are, as I keep saying, we're well past 1,500 subscribers, well on the way to 1,600. So if you are new to the channel or if you're watching and you haven't yet done so, please hit that subscribe button and do hit the like button as well. It really helps us grow as a channel, and we're pushing on to 2K. If we could get that before the start of next season, that would be absolutely phenomenal. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you do want to become a member of the channel for just $1.99 a month and help support us even more and become an official Villa Park Pod follower, then please click the join button or the dollar sign or the link I'll put in the description to join the channel. So on to our guest player who's come about today. Maybe more of a tenuous link, but that's young Leeds winger Crysensio Summerville, Dutch player, only 21 years old. We'll get up his kind of stats and stuff. First of all, obviously had a difficult season at Leeds, and I mean for his first season, he's right-footed, 21 years old. First season in English football, he's got 4 goals. Expected goals 2.86, so has had some good chances. 28 games played. He started only 12. He looks at 51 minutes per game that he's played. Shots on target per game 0.3. His goal conversions 14%. All his goals have been inside the box. Hasn't scored any outside the box. His assists, he's only got 2 this season. And he's created 2 big chances. His passing is 78% accuracy in terms of, I'm not sure if that's key passes accuracy or, oh, sorry, that's his passing accuracy per game. So, look, a 21-year-old, fairly difficult season. I've compared him with Leon Bailey. So if I click onto Leon Bailey's stats, because obviously right-hand side, this player might go more down the outside, though. Obviously, Leon Bailey likes to cut in on his left foot and has done a little bit more going outside of the defender. But if we look at Bailey, obviously, he's got stronger attacking stats, stronger creativity, and stronger technique. So if we're to get Summerville, would he be in to replace a Leon Bailey or would he be in to supplement that and kind of develop as a player? I'm not too sure. Looking at his value is 13 million euros. Look, let me know. Is he a player that potentially excites you as someone to come in, or would he? Have we got potentially better in our youth setup? I don't know, but yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments on Summerville. But as I say, young player, young Dutch player, highly rated, and probably had a difficult time at Leeds. So could he come into a club on the up and really kick on? Other position that we look like we are wanting to improve is centre back. Obviously, Ezri Konsa and Tyrone Mings have done brilliantly, particularly since Unai Emery's come in. Konsa improving from a tough start to the season. Mings improving from, he was one of our consistent performers under Gerrard, but has improved even more under Emery. And obviously, Diego Carlos has come back to fitness, but hasn't featured very much at all since. So with the the Conference League, hopefully we get into the group stages. There's going to be many more games next season. Hopefully we get a good cup run. We've been linked with 2 quite high profile centre backs. First one is Pau Torres. Now, obviously a player Emery will be familiar with, Villarreal, 24-year-old centre back, and then also a little bit more surprising is Aymeric Laporte, 29-year-old centre back. obviously at Man City, and hasn't featured too much this season. But obviously, a very, very good defender. So we'll have a quick look on SofaScore at those guys' stats. So we'll go with Pau Torres first. Left-sided. Oh, sorry, he's 26 years old, left-sided centre back, or preferred foot is left. Obviously, most of his play has come down that left-hand side. He's played 34 games, started all games. Minutes per game is 90, so very consistent player. Scored 1 goal this season. Obviously inside of the box, his passing accuracy is 85%. Accuracy in his own half is 92%. So one of his main strengths is the ball control and also ground duels. So and weaknesses, they've put no outstanding weaknesses, which is very, very handy to have. Now, obviously, Mings has been a very consistent player for Villa this season, but working on that left-hand side, it's got to be a comparison with Tyrone Mings. So obviously, looking at this defensively, Mings comes out slightly on top. But all the other metrics, though, Torres is better than him. Obviously, technically, looking at this, is quite considerable. 60 for Torres, 46 for Mings. Creativity, 54 and 41. And if we're looking at that kind of player who can make us even better with passing out the back and the Emery style of play, then you've got to be looking at someone like Pau Torres being an excellent addition. So, look, this one could have some legs in it. It will be a big signing for us, and I'm sure that if he is available, there will be other suitors coming in for him. Having a look at Laporte, which slightly different profile of centre back, but obviously schooled in the Pep Guardiola way of playing. A little bit older, 29 years old. Again, left-sided, hasn't played too many games this season in the Premier League, only 12, started 11. So not too much to compare with in terms of accuracy of passing, 93%, which is to be expected at Man City, 94% in his own half. So clearly very good on the ball. Also, one of his strengths is those long balls. So, obviously Diego Carlos, that's one of his strengths as well. Mings has really improved in that area, but is that, again, an area that Emery is wanting to improve? So just, again, having a look here, not as drastic. Obviously, technical is slightly better with Laporte, and tactically slightly better, and creativity is slightly more, but maybe we'd look at this player in more of an experience and going into Europe, that kind of thing. But for me, I can't see a Laporte coming to Villa and going from a Man City to an Aston Villa, if I'm being brutally honest. To drop down from kind of potential Champions League winners, treble winners, to go to Conference League, you'd really have to buy into the project that that Emery's wanting to create, and he'd really want to be, I don't know, he's 29, so he'd really want to be guaranteed first team football. And it'd be a difficult one for me. I think there'll be some big clubs looking at Laporte. Torres probably is one that maybe is more likely. Obviously, it would take a bigger fee, but coming into the Premier League, first time in the Premier League from a team like Villarreal, obviously they've got some European history, but Villa, bigger crowds, bigger league. We'll moving into the Premier League, new league, and then he could, potentially use that as a, 2 or 3 years at Villa, show what you can do, and then go on to a bigger club, so to speak. So, or get us into the Champions League. So for me, Torres, if we were to go for a centre back, and it's one of those two, I think that's probably the most likely. But again, you guys let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And finally, the one that is, it looks like it's moving forward, although this morning Roma have potentially come in with being interested, is Youri Tielemans. Now, Greg Evans was reporting it on Monday that we were in for him, and then there was others, the Daily Mail and the Mirror, the BBC put it on theirs, obviously using Greg's quotes from the Athletic. But it did seem to be gathering legs, and there's obviously various ITKs on Twitter saying that it's done and it's a done deal. We'll wait and see. I'm sure Emery is a big fan. I tweeted out, it looks like it's getting done, which was more a case of, looking at the odds, looking at everything that was happening, and also just a consideration that, our midfield is excellent. We know that, and it's been brilliant for the last sort of 4 or 5 months of the season. But we also know it has been inconsistent, and it does have injuries. So we need depth, and with the amount of games that we're playing, a player of Tielemans' quality, even though his season wasn't great last year, would be really useful for us to have. So a quick look at his stats. And I'll go to previous seasons as well on this one. 26 years old, preferred foot is right, obviously number 8. Looking at his heat map, predominantly right, but pops up all over the pitch. He's played 31 games this season. He scored 3 goals, and his goal conversion is 10%. He's scored 2 goals from 27 shots outside the box and 1 from 4 shots inside the box. So hasn't been as prolific this season for obvious reasons. Leicester having a bad season. 2 assists. Passing accuracy is 82%. In his own half, 89%. Opposition half, 74%. But looking at previous seasons, so the last couple of seasons, he's got 6 goals in each of those seasons. So 32 games played last season, 6 goals, 5 inside the box. So likes to make those late runs into the box, and 1 from outside the box. But key thing is he takes a lot of shots. Now for me, you're looking at, one of the criticisms I've had of Villa is whether it's an Emery tactic, but when we play against those teams that like to sit in against us, do we shoot enough from outside of the box? I'm not so sure we do. I've compared him with Douglas Luiz just because, box to box midfielder, but that's not to say he wouldn't be competing with a Ramsey or a McGinn. But very, very similar players. Slightly, Luiz is slightly better tackling. Sorry, but Tielemans is slightly better technically. Attacking wise, very, very similar. Creativity, very similar, and defensively, very similar. So, look, if you're looking for a player that is going to be competing, and if you play him over a Luiz, or you play both of them, you're going to get 2 very, very good players. And obviously, 50 caps for Belgium, 58 caps for Belgium with 5 goals. He definitely knows where the net is. So, whether you're playing him in Europe or the Premier League and you're rotating that squad, he's going to be a very, very, very useful player. So we will wait and see. Obviously a free transfer as well. Free in terms of transfer fee. Obviously wages will come into it. I don't know whether we've got it in our locker to pay those wages that he's demanding. We've obviously done it with Coutinho. If Coutinho's rumoured to be going, then that might free up some wages for a Tielemans. But we'll have to wait and see. But look, the links will continue. I will be back on for some transfer talk specials. We'll also cover them on the lives, where if you guys want to give your opinions. But again, let me know in the comments your thoughts on who out of those 4 would you sign, if any of them. Who do you think fits in better for us, and which ones do you think we've got most likely to sign? As I said before, make sure you hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button as well. And if you would like to join as a member for less than less than a third of the cost of a pint, just $1.99, then please hit that join button. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back later this week for probably another Bodymore Bulletin or transfer special, and we'll be back for live shows. So thank you for watching, and as always, remember,